On May 19th, 2020, Lori Hayden had a stroke at the age of 42. Lori had no major health issues that she knew of, but she had been having very painful headaches for days. They were so painful that she'd been vomiting from the pain, and she'd been told that her headaches were migraines, and she was prescribed steroids. When the stroke happened, she was in the bathroom getting ready for work, and she started vomiting. Her husband found her unable to move or talk. He immediately called 911, and the paramedics told him that they suspected that it was a stroke. The hospital confirmed this later after they performed scans. Lori had a hemorrhagic stroke, which means that a blood vessel burst in her brain. The blood that had pooled in her brain was killing that part of her brain. Lori had brain surgery 1.5 days after she was admitted to the hospital. These are the scans that were taken before and after surgery. As you can see, the left side of her brain, it is reversed on your screen, is greatly damaged. As a result, Lori could not speak and had zero control of her right side, which happens to also be her dominant side. Lori spent about a week in the ICU, where she didn't really do much except for sleep and wake up in pain. Not much progress was made until her pain was under control. Once her pain subsided, she was able to communicate a bit more. Most of her communication was done with thumbs up or thumbs down. Lori has aphasia, which is difficulty in communicating your thoughts through speech or writing. And she also has apraxia, which is difficulty in coordinating your mouth and speech movements. Her aphasia makes it hard for her to communicate, even though she knows in her head what she wants to say. And sometimes it comes out very different than she intends, and sometimes the opposite. She also has a hard time reading and doing math, but can 100% comprehend what is being said to her. The day she was transferred to rehab, she decided to shave her head, since her hair was insanely knotted and she knew how difficult it would be for her to take care of it one-handed. Lori's progress has been amazing. When she went to rehab, she could not stand, let alone walk. She could not speak. After a little over a month in rehab, she was able to walk with a cane and a leg brace, and able to communicate with spoken words. Rehab had a very rigorous schedule, working Lori all day, with some breaks on the weekends. She had speech therapy, physical therapy, and occupational therapy.
Concentrated on her hand and just be able to move more in the shoulder now. Yeah, girl. Yes, girl. Look, your face is red. I love it. And relax. Good job. Good job.
Hug.
Hug.
Nice. Very good, too. Chickens.
Chickens.
Pig.
Pig.
Charlotte.
Charlottes.
Since Lori has come home, she's continued to progress a lot. Lori has worked hard to gain her abilities back. Lori will never be 100% back to the way that she used to be, but she is still working hard and still gaining more and more abilities all the time.
It's the eye of the tiger, got the fear at the back. To the chariot it fast.
Before Lori had a stroke, she was a tax preparer, but her real passion has always been her art. She makes some really amazing stuff. She's been finding some very creative ways to get back to her art. Lori's speech has become so clear, and it only continues to get more clear and more fluid.
If you are divorced or separated from your child's other parent and you have out-of-pocket medical expenses, even if you can't claim the dependency deduction for that child, you may be able to claim the medical deduction for those expenses. If you loaned a friend money and that debt becomes uncollectible or worthless, you might be able to claim that on your federal income tax return.
Get set, go.
I break the ice. All the there's supports.
Surprise! I'm gonna be on Stroke TV. You can find me and David at Stroke TV Foundation on YouTube, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on May 12th, Wednesday. All the cool kids will be there. I hope you will too.
Lori has a great support system. Her husband, her 2 daughters, her 2 sons, and the rest of her family and friends who all love her fiercely. All of us love to help Lori, but usually Lori doesn't want any help. Lori doesn't hide at home, even when it would be easier to do that. She's living her life to the fullest, even though it's much harder than it used to be. I can't wait to see the progress that Lori's going to make in another year, or even in 5 years. You can follow Lori's progress at facebook.com/strokesucks or youtube.com/c/Dockery's Dream Dolls.